I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, our group benefits webinar. And I'm Fernanda Lazaro, your customer service rep. We have DJ here who will be presenting. But before we begin, I would like to start with the land acknowledgement. So we recognize that our work at LAS and the work of our members takes place on traditional Indigenous territories across Ontario. We recognize and respect the history, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples whose presence continues to enrich our communities.
Thank you very much, Fernanda and Jason, for setting this up. My name is DJ Nascimento, and I'm a account executive at Mosey & Mosey. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about who Mosey & Mosey is, our partnership with LAS, how you can benefit from investigating some options and how it can help you manage your current employee group benefit program. So just to start off, in case you didn't know, Mosey & Mosey has provided public sector expertise for over 50 years. We provide consulting services to over 200 public sector employer groups. We also not only manage municipalities, but also health units, police groups, conservation authorities. We have a full complement of group insurance specialists with an extensive range of experience. We're completely independent and Canadian owned. We specialize in employee group benefits only. We do not promote or sell any other insurance products. We are public sector consultants only, unlike other brokers or consultants who may also sell auto, home, or commercial insurance. The approach we take includes maximizing your benefit investments, strong customer service, along with campaigning your program and engaging your employees. You're going to hear me say that a lot today. In regards to costs, we're trying to obtain the highest possible return or value from your investment. Internally, we manage the renewal negotiations. We provide annual financial audits. We also prepare renewal projections, usually 9 or 10 months of experience, to assist with your annual budgets. We have the experience to provide creative advice and proactive strategies for controlling benefit costs. We also conduct marketings to ensure that the best rates and coverages are being provided by the insurer. And that would happen probably anywhere between every 3 to 5 years. We'll send the plan out to market to see if there's other insurers who may have an appetite, but also to see if the incumbent can provide a bit better rate and also some extended rate guarantees at that time. When we talk about strong advocacy, we put together clear communication. We like to build relationships which support and influence decisions and outcomes. As I mentioned, we have a dedicated team assigned to your program, which will include an account executive, service advisor, and a technical analyst. We'll advocate on your behalf in regards to claims, concerns, or issues. We can provide benchmarkings to compare your plan with others of similar size and demographics. We will oversee and manage your booklets and contracts. We can provide bargaining support 24/7 during those difficult contract negotiations or union negotiations. We'd like to campaign your program with a holistic engagement, considering the physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being of your employees. We will partner with you to create and clarify the benefit philosophy, develop awareness and understanding across all aspects of the benefit program. Together, we'll promote the program to your employees and make adjustments when needed. Unfortunately, some of your employees may not really understand what coverage they have until maybe they need it. It's important that they're aware of what's available to them and how it can help them maintain a healthy lifestyle. And together we can do that. And here comes the challenge, the balancing act. The cost of providing an employee group benefit program is a challenge. Trying to find the right balance between spending and other factors to achieve desired outcomes. Your employee benefit plan is to assist with recruiting and also retaining good talent to help your employees and their families with out-of-pocket expenses in the event of a death or disability. And in the event of a disability, we hope to assist your employees back to good health and have them return back to work sooner than later if they did not have a plan in place. And hopefully they can assist with the overall productivity of your team. The challenge becomes difficult when trying to balance the costs associated with providing a comprehensive employee group benefit plan. This is where we, along with LAS, can help. The LAS Employee Group Benefit Program was launched in 2009. We created the program to leverage collective buying power, which includes preferred pricing, extended rate guarantees, flexible benefit offerings. This program is insured through Sun Life. At this time, it has been a strong partnership where the initial savings were upwards of 25%, but on average, probably around 15% should be seen. Currently, we have 40 plus participants within the program. The annual premium in the program is upwards of $12 million. This is an opportunity to take these savings and enhance your existing plan design. Please remember, you have total control of your plan design. All members of our current LAS program have their own individual plan design. There's not one size fits all. You determine your plan design and can make changes at any time. The next slide here shows some of our participants within the LAS consortium. You can see some of our larger members would include maybe Clarington, Pickering. Also know that we do have the AMO employee program, the AMCTO employee program, the MFOA employee program. The newest member is the municipality of Thames Center. And again, you can see we're spread right across Ontario. As we mentioned, the benefits program is an investment into the health and well-being of your employees. Just as a recap, about 40% of the cost would be allocated to your extended health care. Long-term disability, around 30%, dental, around 20%, your life, AD&D, and critical illness is around 5%. In a normal renewal review period, we look at the past 12 months of experience, try to determine, along with the insurer, what the next 12 months might look like, and negotiate the best rate to be assigned to the next 12-month period in order for the insurer to pay for claims and expenses. And again, when we look at the breakdown of your premium, 45% to health is a big chunk of your employee group benefit program. And looking at the plan design would also have a direct impact on that cost, along with claims. As claims go up, you would normally see premiums follow suit. Because we have the leverage of the consortium, we can negotiate the best rate possible based on your own experience and based on your plan design, but also leverage the overall consortium experience and help negotiate a lower rate or a better rate for you. Along with savings, we want to stress the importance of our relationship with LAS. It's not only savings, it's about building relationships with all of our clients within the program. We want to make sure that we're supporting the financial, physical, and mental well-being of your employees. Again, going back to helping you attract employees in this potentially difficult market to find good help. And once the employees are found, and we hope to retain them and motivate them to continue to stay within your organization. And again, I keep saying this because it's a partnership with you as well. Together, we can create a modern, integrated, and sustainable benefits program that will help your employees in the event of death or disability. In the event of a disability, again, help them back to good health sooner than if they didn't have a plan in place. Some other items that you may see or you may have heard about are also on our radar. When we talk about the evolving virtual care opportunities, some of your employees may have quicker access to care if they feel comfortable with the virtual opportunities that are available to them. At times, it is a little less expensive to have that virtual care than an in-person treatment. We've talked about closing the gaps in mental health. We say it's okay not to be okay, and we see that more and more people are reaching out for help, which is great. A lot of our clients have increased the dollar amount assigned to mental health, also extending it to other coverages such as marriage and/or family counseling. Inclusive benefits, it's so important to include every one of your employees. We also have access to preferred provider networks. They can provide savings to your employees to stretch their plan design dollars. For example, there may be preferred vision care, pharmacy networks, orthodontic care. When we talk about optional drug categories, we can focus on generic versus brand name. Ongoing education is so important and is required to ensure that everyone knows the options that are available to them. The cost savings on a generic brand, a generic drug versus the brand name is upwards of 75%. Educating everyone to let them know that the generic drug has the exact same active ingredients as the brand name drug. There are times when people prefer the brand name, or there may be options, there may not be options for a generic brand drug just yet, but it's important that they have the options available to them to help pass on the savings to the overall plan. We've heard about the Canadian Dental Program that was launched last year. It is sort of a tiered based on family income. It is available to those who do not have access to employee group benefit program. Even those who have access to a healthcare spending account do not qualify for the Canadian Dental Program. It's truly in place for those who are in need of it. We may see it evolve over the next few months or years, but initially it's out there to help those who truly do need access to a dental program. We've heard discussions about a national pharmacare. It will probably be contingent on the outcome of our next election. Once it is launched, or if it is launched, we would imagine that it would follow a similar path as the National Dental Program, most likely offered to those who do not have access to a employee group benefit program. But we'll continue to keep an eye on that and continue to share the information as we find out more about it. When we talked about some preferred arrangements that are available, this is one that we thought we would share with you today. Mosey & Mosey has partnered with Rexall to offer lower dispensing fees. As you may know, some of these dispensing fees are upwards of $13 now. Within this partnership, they're as low as $7.99 if it's dispensed online. In-store dispensing fee of $9.49 is available. Plus, there's also some additional benefits, 20% off Rexall brand products when it's linked to your Be Well card. If you are a member of Mosey & Mosey, we have access to this, and we would normally include this in our renewal reports, and we've had a few of our clients switch over to it. Please know that it's not only it's inclusive to Rexall. Your employees can still use whatever pharmacy they feel comfortable with. This is just an option that is available to them as a member of Mosey & Mosey. And if you did partner with us through the LAS program, we could extend this offering as well. Basically, this would also help the overall cost of your employee group benefit plan and would help with negotiating lower rates if the overall claims experience is a little bit lower because of this partnership that is in place. There's lots of upwards pressure on employee group benefit costs, as you can imagine. Lately, coming out of the pandemic, we've seen an increase in mental health claims. As I said, people are reaching out for assistance, which is great. We've seen an increase in long-term disability claims. With a plan in place, we hope that those individuals who need some time off or are off on long-term disability, hopefully they have the tools in place to help them back or return to work in a timely fashion, again, to help with your overall productivity. As we all know, we have an aging population. By the year 2030, our population over 65 will double. I guess the good news is people are living longer, but therefore they could be working longer. As we age, we may come across some additional illnesses that may cause us to need some medication to help with those illnesses. And that's having a negative impact on the overall costs associated with an employee benefit program. When we talk about chronic conditions, we can add obesity to chronic conditions. It's no longer considered a lifestyle. We try to manage these chronic conditions to avoid other chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, heart disease. This has a direct impact on the overall claims results of your employee group benefit program, but the initial increase in claims would hopefully offset some of the other drug costs that we may see. We're trying to address these chronic disease or conditions earlier and sooner, and we hope that your employees are reaching out sooner than later to address these. We sometimes ignore these illnesses in the early stages, which lead to higher cost drugs in the later stages. We hope that educating employees together and with the insurer, we can help these individuals earlier get the help that they need and the medications that they might need. Also important in the pressure associated with employee group benefit costs is medical non-adherence. We all know individuals who stop taking their prescribed medication because they're feeling better. In reality, they should continue to take that medication as prescribed by their doctor or their pharmacy. Everyone knows individuals who have medications in their medicine cabinet that usually are expired or have just sit there for years, but that has a negative impact on the overall costs associated with providing an employee group benefit program because they may not be fully healed and then they'll go back and ask for additional medication. So medical non-adherence is something that we see has a negative effect on the overall costs. As we've come out of the pandemic, most of us have felt comfortable seeing their paramedical practitioners. We've seen an increase across our block of business, especially in the massage category. The top three is usually massage, physiotherapy, and chiropractor, but we are seeing an uptake in mental health practitioners, which is a good thing. And as I mentioned earlier, also extending it to other mental health practitioners such as family or social counseling. Fraud still accounts to 2 to 10% of all claims each year. Most of our insurance partners have measures behind the scenes that try to identify potential fraudulent claims, but unfortunately it still has a negative impact on overall claims experience. Again, these are just a few of the topics and items that we're reviewing each year. And we can talk to you about those individually when we review your plan design and when we provide renewal projections and within your renewal reports. We wanted to highlight a few things that Sun Life has available to you as well. Initially, they have organizational health assessment tools. It's a survey that would be reviewed by your leadership team. It has a few questions that ask, how your current program is being managed, how your employees are viewing it, and then it would have, based on the scoring, some suggestions and some next steps that we could work on together and help you provide a better program for your employees to help them see the value in being a member of your organization. Another hot topic that we see on a daily basis is the US-Canada economic volatility. Sun Life is aware of what's happening. Their day-to-day operations remain unaffected by this. They have some great tools available as well. We hope that whoever you're insured with now also have some tools that might be available to you. Hopefully you have access to an EAP program or an EFAP program. It's a great place to start if your employees are feeling uneasy about what may happen or what they're reading in the news on a daily basis. We hope that you have this available to them. It is an additional cost, but it is a great tool for a starting point for your employees to reach out and maybe read some articles or have an idea of how to manage what they're feeling. Sun Life themselves have mental health training videos. It helps recognize and support employee mental health. Again, a good starting point. If you don't have access to these supports, these videos or these links, maybe another good time for you to at least investigate what LAS and Mosey & Mosey had to offer for you and your employees. We obviously would love to hear from all of you, and We always hear, is now a good time? We like to say now is the perfect time to review your employee group benefit program. We're here to help you develop your benefit plan philosophy, of course, control plan expenditures. And lastly, maybe something that we don't say enough is we'd like to minimize your internal resources that are needed to effectively manage your employee group benefit program. We like to take work off your desk. There's an initial partnership to get things up and running. But once it's up and running, we truly would like to take work off your desk and do some of that internal investigation, research, and help advocate on your behalf. And if you're not getting that now with your current broker or consultant, maybe now is a great time to reach out to us and see what we can offer or help you with. The next slide here just has our details. Again, if you're not familiar with Mosey & Mosey, please take a look at our website. Please reach out to me or our team here. We'd be more than happy to help you. We would welcome the opportunity to review your employee group benefit program, provide you with a proposal for you and your team to review, answer any questions that you may have, and help you through the process. We hope you are in a better state of mind than you were maybe 30 minutes ago in regards to who Mosey & Mosey is, what the LAS partnership is all about, and maybe now you might have a better understanding on how it can help you and your team. I'll take a break now and see if there's any questions.
Thank you, DJ. First question, how many benefits providers do you work with and have access to come up with a program?
Great question. So Mosey & Mosey specializes in employee group benefits in the province of Ontario. So we have access to all the major insurers. We have access to Sun Life, Green Shield, Manulife, Desjardins, et cetera, et cetera. The partnership with LAS, the insurer of choice on this program, is Sun Life. At this time, if you're currently already with Sun Life but not in the LAS program, there's still maybe savings available. We've had a number of programs that were with Sun Life and then moved over to LAS. That process is a little less time consuming because you're already with Sun Life, and it's an easy transition. So if that's something that you're thinking about, please let me know. We can investigate that for you as well. When I talk about marketing the program, just to kind of go to address that as well. If you're within the LAS program, we still market the program every 3 to 5 years to see if there's other insurers that may be able to offer something a little different than Sun Life. But at this point, haven't moved or haven't had to move anyone out of the LAS program, but we do like to do that so that Sun Life can also review the rates that are currently in place based on the experience and plan design, and also a good opportunity, as I mentioned, to obtain some extended rate guarantees. Those are usually on your life and long-term disability. We can negotiate rate guarantees normally in the 24-month period, but sometimes upwards of even 36 months. So something to keep in mind as well.
Thank you. And this leads well into the next question. I'll read the entire question here. So
Okay.
we are no longer part of the LAS program for benefits, having been removed for a few years ago due to the long-term disability situation. However, we remain members with Mosey & Mosey. Can you please advise on how we can restore our relationship and outline the benefits of doing so? So if you can outline those benefits of restoring that relationship, and in addition to the excellent service we currently receive from Mosey & Mosey.
Okay, so it sounds like this might have been an example of someone who's still with Mosey & Mosey, but not within the LAS program. Hopefully you're one of my clients, and we can talk about this. And I have to go back to kind of find out more about the long-term disability concerned, or maybe it was a high claimant issue or whatever the case may be. But like I said, when we market the program, we should still be doing that every 3 to 4 to 5 years, depending on the extended rate guarantees that we're able to negotiate. We would always include the LAS offering in those marketings. So if you're outside of the LAS program now, the next time we do a marketing, we would always include LAS. And again, we would hopefully see if their offer is as good or better than what you currently have now. I'm not sure if you're still with Sun Life or another insurer. Normally, if we're changing insurers, we would have to see some significant savings because there would normally be some administrative cost and time behind the scenes that we'd have to take into consideration. But please reach out to me and we can discuss that a little further. But yes, definitely, we're happy to hear that you're still enjoying the great customer service that is provided by Mosey and Mosey. And if it's still your wish or your intention to move back into the LAS program, please know that we would always investigate that when we send the plan out to market every 3 to 5 years.
Thank you. Okay, there are no questions right now from the audience or from the attendees. So I'll touch on these questions that we came up with here. And you sort of did touch on this, but do I need to wait until my renewal date to obtain a quote from Mosey and Mosey?
So again, most of our potential clients do wait till the renewal date, but please know that's not necessary. Normally, if your renewal date is say January 1st, you normally have those rates to you by December 1st, usually at least 30 days in advance. But if it's something that you just like to investigate now, please reach out to us and we can begin the process of obtaining a proposal for you. And then maybe by the time we get it back to you, it might be closer to your renewal period. But please know you can make changes to your employee group benefit plan or your carriers or your consultant at any time throughout the year.
How long does it normally take to get a quote? Because I find that when speaking with municipalities, the process of having to get that quote sometimes does take a while, and what's involved in that on your end and on their end?
Ideally we can turn around a quote in, somewhere between 4 and sometimes as long as 6 weeks, depending on how quickly we can get the data that is required. So we get a lot of inquiries through Fernanda and through me and asking for a quote. And I wish there was a quicker way to obtain the quote or the proposal from Sun Life and even other insurers, but it's gathering the data that seems to be time consuming. So I'm just going to segue into the next, sort of inquiry that sometimes we hear, what is required? So to get a proper proposal, we require 3 years of experience. So we ask the potential client for this data directly, along with employee data. We look at demographics, ages, salaries, things like that. We'd like to look at the current plan design, and initially we'd like to provide a proposal based on the current plan design. And then, as I mentioned, if there are savings available, it's a great opportunity to enhance your plan without any extra costs associated with that. Take those savings and enhance your existing plan. If we can get all that information quickly, we can turn around that proposal maybe as quick as 3 weeks, but normally 4 to 6 weeks is a turnaround time. And that's why I said maybe don't wait until the renewal period. Maybe let's be proactive and get some data before that. And again, if for some reason it's difficult for you to obtain that 3 years of experience, or you don't know where it's being housed, or it's lost, or whatever the case may be, there is also a signed letter of authorization that can be completed. And this is when we would reach out directly to your current consultant or broker. This delays the process a little bit as well, because normally there's a 10-day or a 14-day waiting period for them to release that information. But again, that is still another option. Ideally, we get it directly from you so that we can begin the process and then deliver the proposal back to you in a timely fashion.
Is my municipality township too small to obtain a quote under the LAS program?
Well, the LAS program was truly set up for some of the smaller tier municipalities or townships that maybe don't have a county-wide plan program to join. So it's suited perfectly for you. So we have programs probably as low as maybe single-digit employees, upwards of hundreds of employees. So no, there's no municipality or township too small to join the LAS program.
Thank you. Okay, DJ, this question is for you, and then my next question is for Jason. So for DJ, are you able to tell us a bit of the overall cost impact of an aging workforce? So on a typical group benefit plan.
Yeah, I think as we get older, demographically, we know that we may fall into the category of having some additional health issues. So the additional costs associated with managing those health issues will continue to increase. Some of our public sector employees who are longstanding are able to retire at a bit of a younger age, but more so probably we're seeing people wanting to stay in the workforce a little longer. And sometimes, as I mentioned, we may need some additional medications to keep us healthy or to keep us alive. I like to say it's a great time to be alive. Unfortunately, the cost of some of the medications that are associated with that continue to increase, especially as we get older. I don't have a direct dollar amount or percentage, but as we know, as we age, we're going to, fall into that category of individuals who may be dealing with different illnesses and may even lead to some of these chronic conditions that we did speak about. But the good news is, hopefully those individuals have a plan in place or employee group benefit program that will help them with those out-of-pocket expenses. That will help them stay healthy and help them come to work every day to assist with the overall productivity of their team or of their employer.
Thank you. And Jason, a question for you, please. Why is this an area of interest for LAS? So, like, what value does LAS bring?
No, that's great. Good question. And it sounds a bit planted, but it's because we get asked it all the time. So thanks for bringing it up. The reality is that really what LAS is trying to do is to support municipal capacity and to help develop municipal capacity. And we've been doing this work with Mosey and Mosey since 2009. And much to my longevity and how good I feel, I was around when we started this program, but really it was designed to be an opportunity for small and medium-sized municipalities to do better than they could do on their own, or if they were searching around the market to see what options they had to aggregate or to look at new consortium opportunities to kind of come and get a quote, and recognizing that we picked Mosey and Mosey to work with because a Canadian consultancy, great work in the field, lots of time, great industry relationships. And so we just want to make sure we offer an option, one of a few in the sector, that help municipalities do more with their group benefits opportunity. And as DJ said before, closing in on 40 municipalities in the program. And really it comes down to collectively, we have a bigger buying impact and a bigger engagement power with the insurer, in this case, Sun Life, and DJ and the team can bring a fairly big hammer to the table when they talk about the LAS plan with the insurer. So we think that, we're able to help offer some savings to municipalities over the longer term to help them do a little bit more without worrying about creating more work for staff. So a very long answer, but to say, I think we add some value in that space. And also to DJ's point, I think he and I are planning to live forever. So this program will go forever too.
Great response, Jason. And just to touch base on that again, the initial savings are great. Again, a great time to enhance your plan design, but we would really also like to focus on building relationships with our clients and help them evolve this plan design as the demographic of their employees change, as their needs change, as the world around us changes. We pride ourselves on having great relationships with some of our existing clients. Hopefully, anyone who knows us can reach out to a few of those clients to see the experiences that they've had over the past few years, whether it be with me or my groups or any one of our account executives. And again, another touch base point I just wanted to say, we also like to support different organizations throughout the year. It's conference time. They've been up and running for a little while now, so I'm not at all of them, but if you're ever attending a conference, whether it be AMO or some of the HR conferences or MFOA or AMCTO, Mosey and Mosey is there. And please feel free to come by and talk to us and maybe at that time even talk to some of our existing clients to see the value that they can maybe influence your decision, or some of those referrals are sometimes the best way to open up the opportunities to look at new clients. So please feel free to come and say hi to us, and we can talk to you more about what we have to offer.
All right, we did get a question. And then I have one more of our own here. Can we get a proposal from you as well as other providers at the same time to review both?
Of course, most definitely. And that That's actually something that we do internally to kind of say, okay, we did send your plan out to market, or we did send it out for proposals. Here's where the LAS consortium ranks, and here's where, say, some other insurer may rank. So yes, most definitely. It's not inclusive. When you do come to Mosey & Mosey, if you come through the LAS, I guess, channel, I'll call it, we would focus on that. But yes, if your intention is to review other insurers, we would as well.
And just something, if you wouldn't mind summarizing, DJ.
Sure.
The LAS model provides aggregation to create savings and economies of scale, but you said that members have full autonomy for the individual plan design. If you can just.
Sure. We've heard of some other sort of consortiums or group buying powers out there where every member shares the same plan design. For example, they may have one-time salary for life, a certain LTD limit, a certain coverage for extended health care, certain coverage for dental care. Please know that all of our clients have an individual plan design that they have created. When there's unions involved, that's when those changes get made. If there's no unions involved, know that you can make adjustments to your plan design at any time. So out of those 40 members within the LAS Employee Group Benefit Program, they all have a unique plan design that was created either on their own or in conjunction with us. And like I said, maybe even some enhancements were made before they joined the program. Again, every client controls their own plan design.
Thank you. Is there anything that you wanted to add before we log off?
I just, again, wanted to thank you and LAS for setting this up. And again, thanking those individuals who were able to sign on today. Please feel free to reach out to us at any time. I know everyone's busy, so again, I appreciate your time. And we've, in the past, I've heard people saying, well, I can never find a good time to review my employee group benefit program. If we have initial discussion, an initial meeting to determine what is required, let us take it from there. And then we'll report back to you. We'll keep you up to date on what the process is and where we're at. Let's just simplify it for you. And let's just try to find time to work together.
Thank you. And thank you, DJ, for presenting. Always
My
appreciate
pleasure.
doing
My
this.
pleasure.
And thank you, Jason, for being there and supporting us here. And again, thank you to all who attended. If you have any questions about the program, please reach out to DJ or myself, and I'll reach out to him on your behalf and connect you guys. And that's it.
Thank you so much.
All done. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Fern.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, bye for now.